welcome back to my channel. So I just watched the 90 Day The Single Life tell-all, and I have so many thoughts. First, let's talk about Mike, Natalie, and Josh. I don't think Josh wants a serious relationship with Natalie, and I think it's super sus that she's been seeing him all this time, but still hasn't even been to his official house yet. It's just giving me red flag, and I feel like Josh doesn't feel a need to commit to Natalie because it's been over a year of him stringing her along, and he's getting treated as a boyfriend without the titles, so he's probably thinking, why overcomplicate things and go the relationship route when what he's been doing has been working this whole time. He still keeps getting to come on TV and getting that TLC check, but at the same token, I wouldn't want to move forward with Natalie either when she's still hung up on the past and she's literally leaving one foot in the door and one foot out with her relationship with Mike. And so then they bring Mike out and they ask Natalie, why doesn't she want to divorce Mike? Is it because she still loves him? And she said she doesn't know. And if someone answers what they don't know, then I hate to break it to you, Mike, I don't think she loves you. I think Natalie will always have feelings for Mike, but I feel like she feels like she's too good for Mike because she was even bragging this season about how she's the best that Mike has ever had. And it was just giving me narcissist vibes. And I think she just wants the security of staying in the United States. And last I knew, she was still waiting on her green card. So I feel like that's a strong possibility why Natalie doesn't want to leave Mike. I don't doubt she has feelings for him because they have known each other for over 7 years, and she loves the things that Mike has done for her and her mom, but I don't think she loves him as like, this is my soulmate type of love. I think she loves him like family, and she doesn't want to be entirely honest with Mike because I feel like she wants to keep his hopes up so he stays head over heels in love with Natalie so he doesn't move on. Because right now, Mike has been content with being married to Natalie so she can stay in America, even though she left him and she's dating other people. But I feel like she's keeping him close enough just to keep his hopes up, but not close enough to actually getting back with him. Because if Mike moved on and met someone else, that would increase his chances of actually following through with divorcing Natalie. So she knows Mike's a simp for her and won't follow through with the divorce as long as he knows that there's a slither of hope in this marriage. So I think deep down Mike is content with her doing this to him because he doesn't want to completely write his relationship with Natalie off. It's like, for a lot of us outsiders looking in, it doesn't make any sense, but apparently it makes sense for them. And I guess that's all that matters. So Natalie was then asked who does she want to be with and pushed to make a decision. So she gets up and she goes over and she gives Mike a big old hug and she sat on his lap. And at that point, if I was Josh, I would be like, all right, see ya, I'm good. Because that was a straight slap in his face. Natalie's just sitting there on Mike's lap, and Mike's sitting there cheesing, just eating it all up. And Josh is just sitting there awkwardly by himself looking on. And then Mike's mom came out, and she ripped Natalie a new one. She was calling Natalie a scammer and saying she just wanted to get to America, and that was it. And I think Mike's mom, in my opinion, is straight on. That's just my opinion, though. Because with everyone else, Natalie talks back. She claps right back as someone steps up to her, and she defends herself. But with Mike's mom, she always walks away with her head down and her tail in between her legs, and she says, oh, well, you're my mother-in-law. I don't want to disrespect you. But honestly, I feel like she just does that because she knows that Mike's mom is keeping it 100 and reading her like a damn book and telling the truth. And Natalie has no defense because she knows that Mike's mom is right. I think Natalie just wants to keep both Mike and Josh on the hook, and she doesn't want to end her divorce to Mike because she told Mike she just wants to take care of herself and her mom, and she just wants Mike to stay on the hook for her financially and take care of her. Plus, Natalie's been chasing her big break for years. She was an actor in Ukraine before she moved to the United States, and her getting on 90 Day Fiancé with Mike and coming to America has put Natalie exactly where she wanted to be. She's been the focus of her 90 Day The Single Life season since her breakup with Mike, and she gets to live her dream of being on TV. My prediction is they're probably going to bring Natalie back again for another season, 90 Day The Single Life. I'm sure Josh is still going to be in the mix, and so is Mike. She'll probably still be talking to Mike on the side. And as soon as things start to get stale with her and Josh going on dates and Josh still not wanting to commit, they're going to throw Mike in the mix again to make things interesting. And I don't think Natalie was serious at all. In one of the last few episodes before the tell-all, she went to go visit Mike and Squim, and she was telling Mike how much she loved him and that she could move back. And I think that was all cap. I don't believe that one bit. I don't think Natalie wants to move back to the woods to live with Mike, and now Mike and his mom, since his mom's living with him now. I think, Natalie is looking for someone like Mike, but with the kind of lifestyle that Josh lives. If Mike was to pick up, kick his mom out, and move in by himself to LA or Florida, I think Natalie would be all over him like white on rice. And I wish they would follow Mike's dating journey on the next season, 9 Day The Single Life, versus Natalie's. I think it would be a lot more interesting, and I think it would at least encourage him to finally move on. And last, I want to talk about Debbie and her new man and Colt and Vanessa. I just can't with Colt and his constant disrespecting of his mom. I'm glad that the other cast members like Tim and Vanessa and Caesar were actually telling him, man, stop talking to your mom like that. That's not cool. And Colt just wants to blame his mom for everything under the sun. Everything that goes wrong in his life, he blames his mom. And now Vanessa is starting to realize how much of a man-child she married. So, when Vanessa and Colt were living with Debbie, Vanessa kept wanting to blame Debbie for all their problems. She kept saying that Debbie babied Colt too much. She was all up in their business. So Vanessa and Colt moved out. And Vanessa thought that was going to be the end to all their problems, but she quickly realized they just had a whole new set of problems because she realized how dependent Colt really was on his mother, Debbie. Now that Debbie's not there, Vanessa's here having to pick up all the extra slack that Debbie was doing. Kind of like what they say, you don't realize what you have till it's gone. And Colt is just giving me the type of dude that just wants to play video games all day and have sex, but he doesn't want to cook, he doesn't want to clean, wash his clothes, or pick up after himself. And Vanessa even admitted that she feels like she didn't gain a husband. She feels like she gained a son. So Cole is so used to being babied all his life, and he wants to blame his mom for him being such a man-child, saying he didn't have anyone else because his dad died and he was homeschooled, so he didn't have any friends. And that's one thing I'll admit, I never knew that. And now that I know that, that makes a lot of sense with how awkward Cole is at times, especially during his first season with Larissa. He was hella awkward. And then the thing is, I think Cole is so used to disrespecting his mom because his dad hasn't been there to defend his mom, and Debbie doesn't like expressing her feelings, so she just gets overwhelmed and shuts down. But now we got Debbie, and she's got her boo Tony, and he's bucking up to Cole and putting him in his place, and he ain't taking Colt's BS, and I think that's the perfect balance that Colt needs. Tony straight looking like this mofo right here. Tony don't play. You guys got a caption in the comments below, and let me know what you guys think Tony is thinking right here in this picture. But Tony just needs to bend over and give Colty a good old spanking. Colt can't learn to take any accountability, and those are the hardest type of people to get along with because you just won't ever get anywhere with them. And the way Colt talks about his mom, Debbie, he makes her sound like she was completely absent out of his life. She's like a little hoe running the streets and strung out, not doing anything for him. When she provided for him, she gave him a roof over his head, clothes on his back, and food in his mouth. The worst Colt can bring up his mom did was she didn't express her emotions enough. And that's not worthy of all this hate and resentment. But at the same time, I'm not doubting at all that Debbie has a toxic side to her. Shoot, we were seeing that during the tell-all. And Debbie was talking to Colt while he was growing up, the way she was talking to Josh and some of the people on that stage. Then I can understand why Colt is the way he is, but you couldn't really bring up that many examples when people were calling him out for disrespecting his mom. So I just don't think he really has many reasons to be acting the way he's acting. It's just not cool. And you think he would learn his lesson after he lost his dad, too soon? that he realized that life is short. And like Caesar said, you only get one mom in your life, and he's going to regret it if something happens to her and they end off things on bad terms. Shoot, Debbie's 70. She's going to be 71 soon. So I just wish that Cole would put behind whatever problems he has with Debbie and keep it in the past and just move forward and make the best of the last of Debbie's final years here, because she's not going to be here forever, and you don't want to end off things on bad turns and live with regret the rest of your life of wishing all the time you could have spent with your mom, but you choose to be petty instead. And if they can't get to that, then I think they need to do some family counseling, and I think that would be really good for them, because they obviously have communication issues that they really need to work on. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I was also going to cover Veronica and Jamal, that whole situation. I have a lot to say about that, but I don't have time in this video, so I'll try to make a video about that tomorrow. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.